Hi guys, and welcome to my latest video. Today I thought I'd make a very short video, but something that that gets asked quite regularly, and that's like, what's your favorite sale? What's the best sale you've ever had? And I've got to say, this sale in front of me, it's something that just went through today actually, um, is probably my favorite sale ever, as a reseller so far. And there's a number of reasons why, and I'm going to go through them with you. So as you can see, it's a sale of a Sony radio, a ICF 111 radio in the yellow color. Now, what's brilliant about this sale is everything that could have happened. And what I mean by that is from the get go. First of all, where did I find it? I found it at a car boot sale, like so many great finds. So that's the number one thing to point out. Secondly, how much did I pay for it? I actually paid £20 for this item. Now, £20 is quite a lot for a single item, especially when it's an old radio at a boot fair. Most of the time you won't pay that. But this is what leads me on to the cool thing about this sale. The guy that I bought this off originally wanted 25, and he'd actually done his research. So he had the eBay argument covered. First thing he said is, I've seen one sell for 60 odd pounds on eBay. And he was right. Completed listings, this exact same model of radio in the green variant. There's like a dark army green version of this radio, sold at auction, bear in mind, for about 60 something pounds. So the guy was completely right. He'd done a bit of research and he'd seen that it had sold for £60 at auction. And considering that he wanted 25 at a boot fair, I said to him, is there anything you can do? And he said, the lowest he can do for me is 20. So I paid up the £20, even though it was at a boot fair, untested, etc. And there was a couple of reasons for that. First of all, my brain was just thinking like this. Okay, the green version, which there seems to be a lot of there, sold for £60, and some had sold for more on Buy It Now, some had sold for less. But all I could see was the green version, the army green version. So automatically, my brain is just thinking, well, the yellow one must be pretty rare because I can't see one anywhere on eBay. And surely when I got this thing home, um, I couldn't find many examples. I actually had to kind of Google search it, and sometimes if you Google search items, it can bring up Google can bring up eBay pages from years ago of completed sales. And I found that one of these radios had sold for the equivalent of about 170 quid a couple of years back. Now, that really obviously got me excited. Straight away, I paid £20, and it could be worth a fair bit of money. So I stuck it on at £180 on their offer. As you can see, I took some really good photos. I mean, these photos are probably better than any of my competitors' photos when it came to selling this kind of product, this kind of radio. You can see really nice photos, mostly evenly lit. All the right information is there, so you can see the serial number on the on so you can see like the model number on the back there, close up of the label there. Really unique item this is. Close up of all the damage, you can see there's a bit of perishing there on the rubber power button, but it's a beautiful radio. I even took out, you can see that I even took out the battery, the battery cover, just to show that it was in good condition as well, because I've tested it with 3C size batteries, and you can see the handle actually doubles as the antenna as well. So really happy. I put it on, and immediately it starts getting lots of watches, a lot of interest. I got a couple of questions, and last week or a few days ago, I had an offer of £100, which I declined. And as soon as I declined it, I kind of felt, oh bugger. Well, actually, I countered the offer. I countered with 150, but I never heard back from the gentleman. So I felt, oh, I should have maybe taken it. It was still 5 times what I originally paid, but I didn't take it, and that offer went. Now, in the meantime, after that, I had a message from another gentleman who said he'd been buying these radios for 20 to £30. Why did I have mine priced so highly? He wasn't rude or anything, he was genuinely inquiring. I explained to him that, in my opinion, the yellow version obviously is much rarer, it's much more sought after. Much rarer, I don't even know if that's correct. I don't think it is. It's much more sought after. People want it, and according to my previous, according to my kind of investigations, as it were, I'd found that the previous sales of these yellow ones had gone for a much higher price. And he said, well, if you change your mind, get back to me. And that got me thinking, oh, maybe I am overpriced. Maybe those sales don't come very often. But this morning I woke up and I had an offer on this radio for £130 plus £25 for shipping because it was going abroad overseas. So obviously I accepted that. I was over the moon with it. I'm still excited about this sale. It's just one of those sales because it's the kind of item that I love to sell. It's unique. You're not going to see this every day. You're not going to see these out there kind of constantly. So, it was unique. I paid up for it. So, again, if you pay up more, the chances are you're going to be able to make more. Um, you're not often going to be able to just spend a pound and make 50. It's not likely to happen, much less so spend a pound and make 150. It's just not going to happen very often. I'm sure it will happen at some point during your reselling, but not consistently enough. Whereas £20 items into maybe 100, much more reasonable. And so I enjoyed the fact that it was a unique product. I enjoyed the fact that I ended up paying up for it. I like the fact that the guy I bought it from thought he had done his due diligence and was right to an extent that these radios sell for that much money. But I also enjoyed the fact that I did my research and I priced it according to my gut, according to what I felt I could achieve for this item because it's so beautiful, so unique, so rare, so well built, and I stuck to my price. And I got a decent offer in the end, which I was more than happy to take. So in total, with shipping, it's £155 I took for this radio. So I've got to say, as far as my favourite sale goes, I know this has only happened today, so obviously I'm buzzing about it, but I'm pretty sure this is now my favorite sale just because of the different elements that I'm talking about. The fact that the seller had checked eBay, the fact that I got questioned about my price, just those kind of things, and the fact that I stuck with my price. I priced it high and just went with it and got a great price in the end. So if you guys are out there listening to this video, watching this video, it's just something to take away that if you find something unique, make sure you do your due diligence, make sure you research it properly. Because had I just looked at the model number ICF treble one, I would have seen a ton of completed listings at around £60, some even less, some more for the army green version, and I would have thought I see yellow version of the same thing, just price it at 60, £70 or maybe a tenner more or whatever. But I went crazy more. We're talking from 60, I'm asking 180. And guess what? It was worth it because in the end, I've taken £130 plus £25 for shipping. So I'm very happy with that. So if you want to take something from this, take that be confident in your pricing, and you'll be confident in your pricing if you do your due diligence. So always worth doing the necessary research, do the investigations you need to do to make sure you know that your item is worth it. Obviously, you have to judge on what items, how much time you spend researching them. It's not going to be worth going deep into an item that's not going to fetch you a good sale price. It's only worth doing on items that you feel that you're going to make some decent profit on. So that's the point of this video, guys. I hope you got something useful from it, but this is my favorite sale so far as a reseller. I'd love to hear your stories. If you guys have got your favorite sales, please put them in the comment section below. I'd love to read those and communicate with you guys and interact with you guys about your favorite sales, whether it be in whatever niche, really. It doesn't matter. It's just, what's your favorite sale? This is my favorite sale because it's vintage electronic, which I love. It's quality, it's unique. The price, the fact that the whole eBay situation was involved with the seller telling me that it sells for £60 on eBay, and I was like, yeah, sure it does, you're right, but here's £20, and then I've flipped it into 130. I'm buzzing, as you can tell. I'm very excited about this. I'm not going to ramble on anymore. Anyway, share your favorite sales with me in the comment section. I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.